You know what? Sometimes he asks questions that I truly don't think I'm ready to answer. And by he, I mean my 9-year-old son. Okay. Um, and what I want to do, I want to talk to you guys about what you can expect from your son and how to possibly go about dealing with it. I'm going to ask that you guys first like, comment, subscribe, and try to stick around because I think this is some juicy, some valuable content. All right. For those of you who've been around for a while know that I have 2 adult sons and I have a 9-year-old son. All right. I've been a father for a large portion of my life. I've learned some things from study, from trial and error, and I've learned some things from them. Okay. I've had the fortune to be able to discuss things with my older sons that occurred when they were younger and get it from the source. All right. But yes, with my 9-year-old son, I noticed he's a lot like me. He has profound questions. In fact, as a little boy, I was told that I reminded my mother and aunts of E.F. Hutton. I believe he was an insurance broker, some type of broker, who didn't say much, but when he did, the entire room stopped talking and inclined their ears to, whatever he was saying. And I just had the opportunity to see that some months ago. It was truly interesting. But anyway, my son, he asks questions sometimes that are so deep that it stops me in my tracks. And I wonder, where did it come from? Okay, where did it come from? And sometimes I have the answer, sometimes I don't have the answer. For example, a few days ago, we were walking, and I like to make sure that my son has his wallet with him to give him, to get him used to carrying a wallet, because it's something he will have to do, as a man who gets older. But anyway, he had his wallet with him, and he's walking in front of me to the left, and we're walking, and he says, "Dad, why do we carry our wallets in the back pocket when everything you need is, when you have to reach for it, it should be right here in the front?" And I'm thinking to myself, dang it, that's a great question. And I believe I told him that's a great question. But what I explained to him is, that's a great point, man. That's a deep question. That's a profound question. But what I do is dad does that. When dad is in a busy place, when there's a threat of, I'm in an unsafe area, dad will keep his wallet in the front pocket. But otherwise, I keep it in the back pocket. All right. That was another time where my son asked, he says, we were in a car and dad gets lots of scam calls. First, I had to explain to him what a scam was. Okay, I had to explain to him what a scam was, which is extremely difficult because at that age, everything is pure. They don't understand that there are bad people who want to take your money and whatnot. But anyway, I explained to him that it makes dad very aggravated when he gets a scam call. So what I'll do is when they call me, I will, in my attempt to, pay them back, I will waste their time. I'll put on a voice. I'll do something silly to, prolong their day. This one time a scam call comes in and the boy says, "Dad, if they waste your time, why do you stay on the phone with them so long? That's wasting your time." And man, I felt that big. I shrunk. Okay. I shrunk, whatever the word is. And it helped me realize that that boy is a lot smarter than I give him credit for. Their thought processes are so pure, and it pulls us back as fathers. It pulls us back to reality, and sometimes where we should be, where we should have our minds and hearts. But it was just, I found that very interesting. But yeah, guys, these, when you get to these questions, I was listening to someone's video the other day, and they made a great point. And it stood out because I raised my son to be a leader. And basically, the guy in the video was saying, shout out to Fitz Productions. I'm going to go ahead and give you credit. He said, rather than saying because I said so, or just shutting them up or appeasing to them, give them an explanation. Okay, because our generation, we were accustomed to giving the answer that will shut you up. But he made the point that leaders ask questions. We want our leaders, we want our boys to ask questions if we're going to raise them to be leaders. All right, we want them to ask questions, because what that does, it gives them the logic. It gives them the blueprint to know how to move in scenarios. Okay, and I found that very interesting and profound. But yes, I explained to him when is the proper time to ask questions, and when he needs to just, do what dad asked him to do. All right. But yeah, just be prepared. If nothing else from this video, I want you guys to be prepared for their questions. All right. Take an opportunity to put a little thought and attention to the questions that they ask. All right. There may be times where we're frustrated. There may be times where you feel as though they're just probing and probing and probing, and you don't have time for it. Take a deep breath and do your best. Okay. All right. I hope this video helps, guys. Thank you for your 2 ears and your attention. Until next time, peace.